So a couple weeks ago, I posted this video which was all about forwards planning, starting with the end in mind, and a lot of you loved it. You found it inspiring, you found it helpful. But today, I wanted to take the exact opposite approach and do a video that's all about backwards planning, which is starting with the end in mind, but in reverse. So instead of imagining what your life will look like 5 years from now, and then working forwards from there, we're gonna do the exact opposite. We're gonna imagine what your funeral will look like in 10 years from now, and then work backwards from there. So if you're ready for probably the most unique and somewhat morbid planning session you've ever gone through, then let's get started. Here we go. Picture it. It's been 10 years since the day we're living in today. It's the day of your funeral. The casket has been lowered into the grave. The family and friends are all standing around, and they're listening to the eulogy. Now it's your turn to speak. What do they say about you? What do they remember you for? What kind of legacy do you leave behind? Take a moment to think about that. Okay, now let's actually make it more real. Let's add some creative direction here. Let's use our imaginations. Instead of focusing on the literal details of the setting or the weather or the flowers at the funeral, try to imagine how you felt at the funeral. What kind of mood was it? Was it a somber mood, or was it a celebratory mood? Did people laugh when they shared their stories about you? Did they cry? Or did they simply reminisce about who you were and the impact you had on their lives? What kind of legacy does that speak to? Okay, so now let's bring it back to the present. More specifically, let's bring it back to today. Today, we have the opportunity to decide what the future will hold, not just for our careers, or our finances, or our relationships, but also our legacy, the story that people will tell about our lives once we're no longer here to tell them ourselves. There are two things that I don't want you to do right now. One is to feel sad or depressed. This exercise isn't meant to remind us of our mortality, but rather it's meant to help us appreciate the time that we have and to inspire us to live more intentionally. The second thing I don't want you to do is to get overwhelmed. Don't think about all the different areas of your life all at once. Just pick one. Maybe it's your career. Ask yourself, when I'm giving my eulogy in 10 years, what do I want that part of my story to be? How can I start today to move myself towards that legacy? This question really challenges us to think deeply about what we want our life to mean. To help you along in this process, I've linked to an amazing article below this video called How Do You Want People to Remember You? It's an incredible read that can definitely help you with this exercise. Now let's take this one step further. Imagine you made it to 90 years old and you're looking back on the entire story of your life. What are the chapters that you're most proud of? Which parts of the story do you like the most? If you had to pick 3 moments from your whole life and blow them up into epic Hollywood movie scenes, what would those 3 moments be? Again, don't get overwhelmed. There's no need to figure out every single detail of these imaginary movie scenes. You don't have to know exactly why or how. Just take some time to think about what might be included in those scenes and how they might make you feel. Okay, now let's come back to today. As author Mitch Albom says, the first draft of your life is always written in pencil, which means that it can always be changed, erased, rewritten. So if you don't like the story that you're telling, if you don't like the legacy that you're leaving behind, don't worry. It's never too late to change it. In fact, it's the perfect time to start changing it, because if you're anything like me, you tend to think about legacy and what you want your impact to be when it's way too late. But that's not where we're at right now. We're at the perfect point in time where we have the opportunity to start writing a new chapter, to rewrite the legacy we're leaving behind. And honestly, we get to do this every single day, one day at a time, one moment at a time, one decision at a time. So what will it be? What legacy will you leave behind? Thank you so much for watching. I hope this video inspires you to do some backwards planning of your own. And if you liked this video, make sure to check out the video that I mentioned at the beginning, which is all about forwards planning. Also, if you haven't already, please subscribe and join the community. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.